Hello there everyone, and today we're reviewing another model kit. Now, not Bandai, or third party. That's later on. I have some third party kits. Now, this is from a official company that I bought from Test Life. Now, this thing was $55. It's the same price of a master grade. You can see how much it was. But I did put it in the description for it from the Gundam place. And it does say 64, so be careful where you want to look. But this is the Emperor. You can't read properly. But the Martial Emperor from SNAA. That's a company, and it's a Chinese company. Now, this figure comes with a whole lot of accessories to the point. I think it's a little overexpensive, but I think it's necessary because I have the figure in front of me right now. The thing is the size of it's a master grade, basically. But I will point out certain parts to be cautious of. I will say to snap a part or two, not on accident. It just happened, and that's on me. And the box art does show how it looks, but I will say I didn't paint the swords. I did like make them black in the middle, so I might do the work afterwards. And it does show everything you get right here, and almost everything. It doesn't show the stand or anything else with it, but it shows the rings. It shows basically a lot more with it. The flaming the flame part, and yes, this is 1/100 scale. That looks like a good look because trust me, there's a lot when it comes to it. I'll put the box right here, and also yes, I will have my camera on a bigger tripod, so I will back up a little bit for my spacing. So yeah, let's look. Now here's a figure without the flame thing. I did put that on for a reason. Also, I am to the side of the camera because of how big it is, and I'll be honest here, it is kind of awkward to have a tripod instead of the small thing. Anyways, I will say this is made out of a soft, I want to say it's soft plastic. Like, it is like soft, but it's so pointy. I will say when I'm pointy, I mean pointy. Especially when we get to this. That's later. Now, here's a figure. And there's reasons on the stand. It can't stand so well. It looks fantastic, but you really need to stand for this entirely. Which is the issue with it. You need to stand the entire time. But you can make a stand, it's possible, so that's not the issue here. Now, let me take off this fan as I can before I, do anything else with it. And this joint is really tight in there, so be cautious of that. Like I said, it's so stiff, you really can't do much. But if you can make a stand... Oh. Certain parts on this like to pop off. Especially. The scrapies right here, these are on a ball joint. But they do like to pop off a little too much for my liking. Just remember to push it in. There's a lot of movement, like a lot of moving parts, which I do like. It is a decent thing of moving parts. It is so hot in my office right now. It is like, I know it's like 70 right now, for love. And there, you do get, tell me part of the hands too. I don't think I have what the hands are real quick. Look. Kind of. You do get a few parts of hands. Now, I will say when you do build out first, you do build the, I would say inner frame. It's like more of like a big chunk of armor. This part I will say be cautious of because what it is on a thing where you can push through. When I did it first and I pulled it out after I built it. So cautious of that part because it does want to. I did put super glue on it to the point it's pretty much stiff. But be cautious. And also every part of the skirt, every part, the sides of them do have a lot of rotation. Like, it's really good. I mean, you can do really great poses if you know how to. And that's the issue too. It's so many parts that you want to pop off. And the swords, you don't really need to have them on here. Like, these are the ball joints. Every part of it, ball joint, ball joint. Like, a lot of it's ball joints, which is pretty much, you could just have it the bare bones thing. So there is weapon storage, at least for this one. But when you take off the main accessories, like the sword and stuff, I think it was decent. And within the chest thing, you do get an ocean apart, which is the green piece right here. In case you want to change it out, I'm doing that because I think it looks really good. And I did do some handling, like I said, but it is a bit messy. Let's talk about articulation. This is one thing I am very cautious of, especially on this figure. The arm does for rotation, and it is somewhat on a butterfly joint if you do it properly. The arm is double jointed, like most model kits. The hand is on a, I want to say, a bend, because you can bend it farther than you can, plus having the ball joint within the hand too. So every hand is on a ball joint. So the fact that you could make it look even more wackier, I think it was fantastic. These things, I think they come off, but I could be wrong about that. These do go up and down. Okay. The head is, I want to say, the ball joint at all. It's a long joint within the neck region, which makes sense because every part of it is ball joint. Now the leg, okay. Now the leg is on what I want to call a swivel down, where you have so much area of it. I don't know if you can see that properly. So beyond the skirt, you can see it isn't one of this. So that means it swivels down and up. So be cautious when you do want to mess with it. So it's one of those. And it's the same side basically. That's what it is. It is stiff, which is pretty good. And that's how it looked on the other side of it, or on the inside of it. I did also do some work inside that, and it's on the foot, so yeah. Since I had the leg in front of me, the leg is not double jointed in a way, because this thing does stop it. This part slides in between. Oh shoot. So as you can see, it glides. But that also makes a problem where you can't go too far with it. I need to have my camera. I can't see so well from because I am at an angle. I do have to see one more. Dang it. Okay. And that's the problem with it. It is good looking, but it is not stiff. It is actually pretty rock solid. The foot is, I think, is okay. So the joint's on. They give you a certain point. So the joint they give you technically this within the foot to really put in. So this part there is basically just that. You just gotta shove it in. And I drop the part. They gave you so many parts of it. I think it's not enough to make another one, but I think it's enough to make like a extra joint or two. Well, which makes sense. And could you snap that part? And these goat parts right here, they're not painted, but these are from the actual thing, and they're pretty decent. These do move a lot more than you realize. And there is not that much movement in the back of the leg. I thought they would be when I got this figure. And it does have a swivel up here, since it is a giant swivel machine, basically. Ow. So sharp, though. Like I said, the thing is like a caution machine for anyone who is not okay stepping on something in the hand more than once. But I would say it does want to pop out or come out. So that's one thing to be concerned about. And in case you want to mess with it, does the front piece right here doesn't move? So I don't know why they didn't want to put anything there. Oh god. Okay. Yeah. Moving it back. The app section does have let me take out the backpack for a reason. It does have a lot but there's not enough detail back here. I know they use stickers for here, 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 here. So all this, I did use a green marker to work on it, but that's on me. I'd be honest here, I'd rather do the work myself instead of using stickers because I don't like sticker markers when they're super lazy. And this part right here is very, very nice when you take it off. I'm not gonna do that because it's way too much work to. Now, like I said, it go this far, but there's not much like detail. But you do see the sand thing, which it is on. Uh, the head is technically on a ball joint, or the neck part of it. You see, is also on a swivel, like ball joint kind of joint, which it is technically the same point it does use for the head. So that makes sense. Okay, the reason why it doesn't come off so much is because like it uses this rubber piece that you need to, here you go, put on if it's possible to. It is somewhat stiff too, but when you can, it looks fantastic when you put it in. I think it was really good on the side of it. Now, next thing I do want to talk about is how you put these freaking things on. Okay, these things are, since you could, too easy to make one backpack. The reason I took the backpack off is, okay, I'll put the fair back on stand because this thing, it's not that heavy, but it's, way, way too much to really hold when you talk about something else. Okay. And it does have locking points too, in case you want to lock the door in. Now, as you can see, the back of the stand, it does give you these. Now you may ask, oh, what are those? Well, these are the things for the backpack. Yes. So you could. The thing is, they give you four of them. Four of them, so you could connect four or two to make either one of them. This one is just for this one here, and also do be cautious because this feels a little too hard to do. And do be cautious about anything when you do with this figure. I will say it is good money, but do be cautious. And yes, you can turn these any way you need to. Now this first one I'm gonna talk about, it is the big ring. It is so big but sharp in every other way because the thing has two each on each end, and these things are really sharp to the point. I think it's not that child friendly to the point you're going to stab yourself in the hand more than once. And they do come off pretty simple enough. But get the backpack like this. Sorry. Put this backwards. There's a reason for that. And these will, okay, these do come out also. So it might be easier for you to do that. I did one Canadian for a second. I don't know why I did that part. Sorry. Ow. Just put these in. Frick. And you do have a plate to sit. So that is one of the backpacks. And you think do float out really far out, which is really cool, but it's also a problem. It is awesome, but when you really put on, do be cautious. And also, there's a lot of detail on this. It's like right here, the orange diamonds. It is a weird fit. This is the reason I said it's a weird fit. Now, I'm going to sign up for this for parts because this is a problem for this figure. Okay. Okay. And I'll talk about that one in a second. Now, when you put this on, if you freaking can, it looks really good. A little too good, but it makes the damn thing unweighty. You can't stand it. It looks good. But man, it has so many problems. it is just one of the things of you should be cautious of this because man, it looks so freaking awesome, but I just see this being a real problem here on. Now, yeah, so you told me about one part of the weapons. Yes, the reason why there's only one part of it I talk about because the second one is on the second backpack. Also, I'm trying to get this off too. Okay, when it comes off, it's basically just held on by these little clip things. That's really what holds them. And the thing will draw blood. It will draw blood. A little too much. And you can hear a little when you pop them off. So that will hold them in. I say if you have to, glue them in. Because if not, they want to keep coming out on you. Okay. As I put this first ring basically together and not make it easier for myself because stupidly hard. I'll put the ring in the bottom, and you need 2 parts for this. There's a reason why I said the thing is ridiculous in a good way and a bad way. Now, what you need to do, these 2 parts you're going to need, but they're not the first part you need. I think. I don't remember. It's been so long since they kind of got used to this, and I had over like a few months now. These parts you do need for the backpack. Because, okay, so if you can see, these parts are more thicker than these. These are meant to go into these. And they do stay in very well. So you don't need to worry about them breaking on you or anything. And there's a lot of detail you can work on if you pay online. The second pair of weapons are these. These are the beam rifles. And this thing's the size of a knife. I can tell you, I worked with so many knives. It is pretty cool. And it does have you do have a holding weapon hand right here. What you gotta do with these hands, if you wanna make one hold a weapon, pop that off. Because it's just a little like that. Slide that out. Put the first hand of the grip around. It doesn't have no trigger at all, which is kind of weird. You would think something like this would have like a trigger. Okay. Slide this back on. Make sure it's around. And hold it because it does want to come out if you're not careful. Don't go to the hands. And it looks really good, but it is too loose. As I'm talking about this thing. And this thing does have movement to it in the wings. So it does slide out, but don't push too hard because I feel it's probably going to snap on you. Bird's part, I don't like that part because I don't like how it feels. This part also does swing out, which is a decent part of it. So, yeah. This backpack is a nightmare because still when you put it together, you need to have so much work in for it. If I remember, you need to have the small ones in again. So I got instructions booked in my thing that way. Okay, if I remember, this got to swing down. Because these things Betty acts like extension arms. So. These things are really mobile. I think it's really cool. It's just the issue of this being a pain in a hoo-ha. Shit. I'm trying to remember. Because this right here just can go into this one. They have a specific size they need to go on. Oh. Like I said, I have not played with this damn thing for a bit, so give me a bit of effort. I just like, you know. If I remember, you could technically just put I think these two. I'm sweating my ass off in my room. I wonder if I could twist. And these just basically just go in. I would just say put in these two parts because it's a frick ton easier. And it does look like this. So they give you two parts, two small parts. Do not lose these parts. They don't give extra of these parts for some reason. And this one, okay, in particular, I would say for mine would come out on this side. It is a bit annoying, so I just made it glue it in. I'll be honest. But as soon as you basically try to put it together and not want to swear, well, put it in little clips that hold the shape of them down. Okay, frick. It is a pain to get down. It does take a while though, which is kind of the problem with it. Yeah, frick. It doesn't get too big over your head. So it will look like this. And it is kind of cool. I always hate to take these off because if you're gonna, display it, best way to do like this because you don't really need to have it clipped together the entire time. And the reason why these wings are like this because they're meant for the beam rifles, so to make them look more bigger. And let's put it back in. It looks pretty good when you put in a lot more work into it. But I think it's a little too much effort for a figure like this. I think it did it wrong, but I'll be honest here, it's just way too much effort for something that's really just like doesn't need that much effort into it. Now let's talk about the size comparison because I think it's technically massive. So many parts, but man, oh man. And the hands they give you are one for the sword, on both hands, a fist on both hands, another one for the sword, but you can hold it upright, which is actually pretty decent. And the thing does make the head a little loose, just big thing is. Without that, and I find this more stupid than it should. It makes it more of an effort to bring it down. Now let's see if I could actually stand him. Okay. He can stand. It is just not that easy. Now here's Iron Factory The Fallen. No wonder. Georgia getting loose on your time, man. Yeah. Here's a video to the drone, which is the high grade variant. Here's the mass grade Barbados. Oh, man. Damn it, I need to run my figures. I need to get side. I need to get my side toe back anyways. Oh my lord. And here's Leonardo. I bought him today. Yeah, I'm doing. I do have some more figures, at least, so not just the ones you think of. I get to my final last one of the thing because it's so freaking huge. I want to talk about it. Now, having this for quite a bit, and also I did figure out the configuration. Pretty simple. Just put the two middle ones, the two small ones in the middle, and then put these on the side. That's the worst part about it. That's so sharp when it stabs you. This feels like a batarang, like a giant thing you could chuck at someone. It's so big. It's size of the figure too. The issues with the figure is that it has so many stickers, which amount of stickers you can get. These stickers basically to highlight the white of it, like more than the way it already shows. But like white around on the figure, on the wings, on the weapons. The thing's awesome, but the stickers are way too much. I don't think even I would do that. It's too much. It's too much stuff to even do. Next issue I have with it is some of the tolerances. Some parts feel loose. Sometimes some parts feel too tight. some parts just want to fall apart on you, and that's kind of a bad thing, and I don't want them on my figure to really fall apart on me. Next issue I already have with the hands. Since these things are like not the best being tolerant, since all the hands do the same thing, and they don't hold on to weapons so well. They're not that tight. Even if you had I want to say the tightest hand, which I'm probably gonna use this right quick. Okay. Oh frick. Like these accessories are cool to the point that I think is like a little awkward to handle, because now you have extra hands for this. I think I got it on. Let's see. Even for this, it is not the best. Should be the best hand for it. And also, it's so coming out. Shoot. But still, it is a little too loose, and trying to hold something is gonna be impossible with these hands. Which I'm gonna have an issue with, because like you want this figure to hold the weapon to have a proper stance. It can't. And then the figure I feel like a wet noodle at the time. Look, there's many problems with it, but there's so many good parts. There's so many good points of it too. That I think is very good overall. There's a lot of detail shown. It's just when you get the detail, you really need to take a few hours to build it. And it took me at least like 4 hours to get it down. And I'm be honest here, some of it just was like, I just want to try it. I don't want to deal with it as much. It's like a really just to show off like a part of your collection. There's not really a best way to even have it before. And like I said, these tolerances are like I said, aren't imperfect. They're not the best. I'm gonna be honest here. I'm okay with it. Look, I deal with figures. Some of the early roll grades, are the worst things. And I'm gonna be honest here, I've done them all. And the one better thing is the weapon accessories we put them. The swords do hold very well. To the point, this sliding mechanism, I think it's actually a really fun part of it. But trying to get off is not easy either. I saw any positive about this. It's the negatives kind of outweigh the positive on this one, even from my ass. And the fact that they give you a lot of parts that I don't think a lot of guns would give you is like pretty good. Some of the clear parts they give you for the chest piece to arms to the wings, I think is really good. And I really wish a lot of more did come with them. The point, it's like, I know we got clear versions of some of the kits that came out in previous years, but you know, that's how it is. Excuse me, y'all. I am done for today. For this review. I'll talk to y'all next review, which is gonna be mystery bags. Yeah, I know. I'm gonna do that in more than a month. But hey, something we're not, y'all. So, everything is in my link tree in the description in case you know where I am. Like and subscribe to the channel in case you want to know what I have coming out for next month and month afterwards. So yeah. Peace out, y'all. Yeah.